Hello, welcome to Chapter 3.1, Part 1, Some Alternative Methods. In this video, we're going to learn a technique of multiplication called partial products. So in this first example, we want to find the product of 78 times 34 using this technique called partial products. To do this technique, we set up numbers in its number place. What we do is we set up each number into its number place. This means, for example, 78 is equal to 70 plus 8. This means 70 is in the tens place and 8 is in the ones place. And 34 is equal to 30 plus 4. This means 30 is in the tens place and 4 is in the ones place. So let's look at how we're going to do this using partial products. So we're going to multiply 78 times 34 using the technique called partial products. So let us go over to the whiteboard and see how we can do this. In example number 1, we're asked to multiply 78 times 34 using partial products. So in order to use partial products, we have to break down 78 into its tens and its ones in this case, and similarly for 34 into its tens place and ones place. Then what we do is we use our distributive law or FOIL to multiply it through. So 70 times 30 is equal to 2,100. 70 times 4 is equal to 280. 8 times 30 is equal to 240. And then finally, 8 times 4 is equal to 32. And then we add all of these up, and we find that we get 2,652. Another way to look at this is to use a box. So we can take a box and divide it, tens, ones, 78, so 70 plus 8, and then similarly for 30, 30 plus 4, and then do the multiplication. 30 plus 70 gives us 2,100. 30 times 8 gives us 240. 4 times 70 gives us 280. And 4 times 8 gives us 32. And then we look inside the box here and we add everything up. 2,100 plus 240 plus 280 plus 32, and that will give us the same thing, 2,652. So either method is fine, whichever method you prefer to use is fine. Both of them use the technique of partial products. One of them is similar to our distributive law or multiplication by FOIL, and the other one is this little box technique. Reviewing what we did on the whiteboard, we have 70 plus 8 multiplied by 30 plus 4. And we found that 70 times 30 is equal to 2,100. 70 times 4 is equal to 280. And then 8 times 30 is 240, and 8 times 4 is 32. These things are called the partial products, so we added together the partial products, and we get 2,654. This is our final answer. A way to visualize partial products is by using the box method. This way you can do multiplication inside the boxes as follows. 70 plus 8, 30 plus 4, and then we multiply 30 times 70, 30 times 8, 4 times 70, 4 times 8, and we add them up in a similar fashion. In example number 2, we're asked to multiply 162 times 84 using partial products. So let us go over to the whiteboard and work this out in detail using the technique of partial products. In example number 2, we're asked to multiply 162 times 84. And here we break it up into the hundreds, tens, and ones place. So that's 100 plus 60 plus 2. And here the tens, 80 plus 4. And now we do the distributive property. So that's 100 times 80 is equal to 8,000. 100 times 4 is equal to 400. 60 times 80 is equal to 4,800. 60 times 4 is equal to 240. Then 2 times 80 is equal to 160. And then finally, 2 times 4 is equal to 8. And then what we do is we add all these up. So we add all of those up, and we get 13,608. And that's our answer. Again, we could also use the box method. So we draw the box. In this case, we break it into hundreds, tens, and ones. And here the tens and the ones for the 162, and this one for the 84. And we do the multiplication. 8,000, 80 times 60, 4,800, 80 times 2, 160, 4 times 100, 400, 4 times 60, 240, and then finally 4 times 2 is 8, and then we just add all these up. 8,000 plus 4,800 plus 160 plus 400 plus 240 plus 8, and again we get 13,608. Reviewing what we just did on the whiteboard, we broke 162 into the hundreds place, which is 100, the tens place, 60, and the ones place, 2, and then 84, the tens place, 80, the ones place, 4. 100 times 80 is 8,000. 100 times 4 is 400. 60 times 80 is 4,800. 60 times 4 is 240. 2 times 80 is 160. And 2 times 4 is 8. And then we took these, which are the partial products, added them all up to get our final answer, 13,608. Alternatively, we could use the box method. So we set up the box, hundreds place, tens, ones, 80 times 100, 80 times 60, 80 times 2, 4 times 100, 4 times 60, 4 times 8, add up what we get, and indeed we get the same answer, 13,608 as our final answer. It doesn't matter which method you use, just so long as you use the idea of the partial products. The disadvantage of this technique is that partial product multiplication has the disadvantage of having many parts to work with, requiring a great deal of organization to see which number to multiply with which. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be well, take care, and goodbye for now.